Oh, we're rolling now. Okay, hey, welcome to Popwood Playback. I'm David.lyell with Popular Woodworking. This is where you find the best woodworking videos of the week in the world on YouTube, in English mostly. We are in the shop and everything's pretty clean. We just had a really great project with Horizon. Talked to you about that last week. But I do want to say a couple things about the Jet. I have my Rockler ad where I just saw it for $9.99, $99.99. The JWBS 14SFX. They're $1,000 bandsaw. I got to play with this week, set it up, clean the table, get all the schmoo off of it that comes from manufacturing. Just ran a bunch of walnut through it without dust collection, which I will be testing next. Just to kind of give it a go, this is about 7.5 inches of walnut, and I just book matched that. A pretty nice cut. This is the blade that came on it. Looks like a 3/4 inch. I can't say the TP on it, but you know what? It cuts like a bandsaw. It had no struggle with the 1.5 horse motor that's on here, or 1.75 horse, I think it is. Let's see. 1.75 horse. The only bummer that I discovered while setting this up is that ours got kind of banged up in shipping, in freight, and so the top handle broke off. And I don't think this is like necessarily something that you all will have to worry about when you're getting yours, because I don't know how these are delivered normally. A lot of times they're freight, but it did actually damage some of the tensioning mechanism. Although I will say, even with the damage, it holds tension okay so far. I'm gonna put some more stuff through it here soon when I check out the dust collection and that sort of thing, but it's a pretty solid machine for $1,000. I will say that. So anyhow, let's jump into our first video. The first one is The Anatomy of a Shaker Wall Cupboard by Joshua Farnsworth. Joshua is a friend of Popular Woodworking. He was contracted to do some videos for us several years ago. They're really nice productions, so he does a lot of video work and that sort of thing. He's still doing a lot of video stuff, but he's transitioned also into owning / operating a woodworking school near Charlottesville, Virginia, which happens to be where my in-laws live. Well, they live close to there now, a little further away. Anyway, we're familiar with that area, and so I'm excited to go see Joshua's school next time I'm down there. But in this video, he kind of breaks down the parts. It's not a build video, but he breaks down the parts of this shaker wall cupboard, just so you can kind of see the way that the different dovetails and mortise and tenon joinery works in something like this. It's one of those things that gives you a good idea. If you feel confident as a builder, seeing something like this is almost all you need really to start a cupboard like that. So anyway, great video. Joshua's a good guy. Go check out his channel. All right, next up, we have David Charlesworth. In this video, he's talking about how to plane a square edge with a cambered blade on your plane. Now, David is, he's been around a while, lots of published articles, videos. Actually, this video is from a DVD he did. But one of the masters of hand tools that teaches as well. And so one of the things I really took away from this video is he talks about not chasing errors that are beyond your ability. And so one of the things that becomes tempting as you get further down the road in woodworking is seeking this ultimate precision that can sometimes be distracting. And so it's a good word from David Charlesworth, also very, very good instruction on hand tool work. I think this is turning into a hand tool episode. I take it back. I just looked at my third video that I had picked yesterday, and it's a construction video. So I thought this might be a channel that might not be one that's on the radar for a lot of woodworkers. Matt Reisinger is popular in the home construction world, fine home building and that sort of thing. In this video, he's talking about his visit to a Swiss architect or construction firm, and he's looking at different construction techniques that he is coming across as he visits Switzerland. Anyhow, I've subscribed to his channel for a long time, and I find it really interesting as someone that makes things, not necessarily directly woodworking. He gets into a lot of product stuff when he talks about home building and that sort of thing, but really interesting. And I thought you all might like it. So don't be angry because I have a home building thing in here. It's sort of woodworking. So anyhow, so check out his channel. Lots of great videos there. Okay, one last thing, and this was from our Instagram feed yesterday. Yes, yesterday, which will be 2 days ago by the time you see this. Anyhow, I don't have any idea if you're gonna be able to see this, but Jim Tobin wrote a book for us a few years ago called The New Traditional Woodworker. And in it, he talks about the reasoning for workbench height. And so he talks about at your wrist, you should be, that's where you can designate a planing bench. At the tips of your fingers, that's an assembly bench. At your elbow is joinery, which he demonstrates here. His joinery bench is at the same height as his elbow. Anyway, it's a really cool book, and it's called The New Traditional Woodworker. And the powers at F&W Media, our parent company, have put this on half price. And so it's a $26 book. Right now, it's $13. It's a hardcover. It's a beautiful book about traditional woodworking. And Jim Tobin is maybe one of my favorite teachers of the craft. He's just a master, and he takes the long, hard road a lot of times because it's what makes you a better maker. So check that out. And anyhow, thank you for joining us this week. I didn't get any emails about videos this week, which I'm a little sad about. But if you have a video that you're excited about, that you've put out, send me an email, david.lyell@fwmedia. It's down in the description, and we'll see you next week.